bed tiller on it. He's leaving that for his other wagon. We're putting this bed tiller on to, it's off to Jersey.
I've left the keys in it in case you need to move this picture.
Morning, it's the 29th of January. I'm just walking across a few fields. Well, we're in this cover crop area what we've drilled, and to be honest, it nearly drill with spring barley. I mean, that's the plan. We're going to round up it and put spring barley in it without disturbing it too much with the direct drill with mowers. And bloody hell, I mean, even in the wet hole in this field, you'd drill it. So I'm really seriously considering, if the weather forecast is like this for another fortnight, I might put half of this in with spring barley, get it round up, and put half of it in. Maybe even a little bit at either side, because I've got half a cover crop experiment at that side, which is just oats and rape. Round up a couple of breeds off there and drill them. And same again at this side, which we've got white radish, English vetch, Westerwold, ryegrass, which was a total waste of time. It's there, but it's done now. It's done now at all. Would have been better putting just oats in as its base, and a few more straights, a few more bits and pieces, but no, it's very, very dry as land. And like I say, if there's another fortnight of dry weather, I'm just going to experiment and just put one in and see what happens, you know. But my worry is there's that much. Well, as you know, we've got blackgrass issues. Like half's that is blackgrass, half's Westerwold ryegrass, and our agronomist reckons if we're going with 250 litres of water and a good mix of Roundup, we'll totally clean it out. But there seems to be a lot of grass weeds, tiny grass weeds, sheltered by other stuff like the volunteer oats and stuff, and I'm hoping I get a good kill. But no, it seems in real good condition. I've had a dig this morning though. Let me find a white radish and dig there. Can you see? See, that's a little fodder radish. That. They haven't really done now. I mean, they have gone in. There's another one there. Oh, that's a white radish. You know what I mean? We didn't drill this till late September. It was a month too late, but it was spring barley. And I must admit, I buggered about, sort of waiting and sort of, shan't we, have a play with this cover crop job. And we were too late, but it has done a bit at the soil. Actually, there aren't many worms today. I mean, there's one there. There's a lot of worm channels, but it's -2 actually, so whether, or it has been -2. No, there aren't many worms in that fork. Let's go down here a bit. The soil looks in bloody good order. The oats have really put a root down though. So I would favour oats and rye. Rather than anything else, to be honest, because quite a cluster of roots, look. Oh, there's a few worms. A lot of worm channels, but like I said, it's been -2 overnight, so like the oats have really put some roots down. You know, far more than the Westerworld. So, you know, a bit of bad advice there from the seed company who sold me the mix. And this oats, just our own oats and rape, it seems fine. Just this here. But weather's really taking its toll. Weather's dissolving it now. I mean, it's starting to get knocked back by frost. But to be fair, that's done its job, hasn't it? That's sapped up any nutrients, or a lot of nutrients what were left from previous crops, stored it up in that foliage and whatever it's done underneath. So look, it looks in, this land looks in real good, because this is horrible. This is some horrible clay. And it looks very fibrous and in good order. I mean, look, I don't know what I'm on about. Look at that big fella. He'll shift some bloody soil through him, won't he? Do the shift? Did I hear a tale the other day say that worm will shift his weight in, oh, I've caught him. He'll shift his weight in soil per day. So what will he weigh, a gram or two? So yeah, the first turn some soil through him. You know, making it into like compost. Cover you up so you don't get caught. It's actually making a job, but just disturbing more soil than I'd like. We're going to just do an experimental 24 metre at the side and just monitor it. I mean, it's January the 31st, isn't it? I mean, we've never drilled spring barley in January before. But actually, and where the land's letting us travel, it's making quite a good job. But whether it's the answer, I don't know. It's wetter than we thought, but the drill is working. It's putting it in a slot. It's disturbing it a little bit more than we'd like, but I mean, we got here and balled it up. So what I've told Ollie now is just to do a couple of spray breeds at yon end and just see, you know, what it comes like. I mean, we might even round up it off. If it's a good spring, we might even round up it off, but we're playing anyway. I'm measuring one of these AB8 elm schemes. Got some wild bird seed going in this end because it's terrible land. We've just cut an end off, so it's going. Anyway, more and more people I talk to, more and more people are sort of getting involved in this thing. You know, thinking about ways of saving money and utilising nutrients and looking after your soil and doing one thing and another. I think the biggest thing what sort of sparked me off is the price of nitrogen. I mean, the price of nitrogen, well, it hasn't come below 600, but I think it's come back a bit. But did I hear 630? We bought a load at 630, and I think it's come back a little bit, but how much I don't know. But just watched something on news this morning, and there's a world shortage of gas. Where nitrogen, oh, this bugger don't go off. Well, I'm halfway across this bridge. Conjure. Yeah, world shortage of gas, which, you know, people need it to heat their houses. So and Asia's buying a hell of a lot of gas and nitrogen products, I reckon. So I don't think it's gonna slump below, you know, you're never going to see it with a 2 in front of it again, or for a long while anyway. So if you can make some alternatives and pull some nitrogen and out to air by growing certain things wants doing, doesn't it? So, but I also think crops like that, that's our oilseed rape. That don't want skimping on. I mean, it wants feeding. You know, it's. I mean, this cover crop to us is going to be a long-term policy. I mean, you're going to have to build nutrients up. I mean, you're not immediately going to think, oh, I've drilled a bit of clover at back end or before your cash crop, and that'll do, because it won't. For one thing, what's available, and for two, how much has it produced? I mean, I think you have to build it up over years. I think it's like probably 5 or 6 years before you'll see a lot of difference, you know, till you can sort of grow crops without any inputs. But I think one important thing we're going to go down the route was, maybe told you before, we're going to stop using insecticides, or use as least insecticides as possible. There's certain things you can drill with your oilseed rape what apparently keep flea beetle off. There's certain things, well, put muck on can keep flea beetle at bay. Only in an absolute emergency we're going to use stuff, because they reckon the target species you go for, you kill another 8 or a dozen beneficials doing the target species. So, you know, I mean, when I was a kid, I can remember tipping corn, and trail used to be covered in ladybirds, but we've really done them in with insecticides because there's hardly any like. And insecticides eat aphids. Aphids are a bad thing. It's like, I think we used to call them thunder beetles. I don't know what the real terminology is. Them real big beetles. Apparently they're like a mass predator, but they kill slugs. And they won't just kill one to eat them. They'll just keep them, you know, just like a fox like a fox in a chicken run. Just go kill, 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 then eat what it wants. So, but anyway, yeah, our rape's a little bit thin in places, but I'm quite pleased. Just walking across our rape, and I've come across this little fella. I think he's a fodder radish. And there's quite a few. I can't wait up, because it wasn't the same drill as we drill the cover crops with. So whether there must have come its seed at rape. But I mean, there's, oh god, can't find one at the moment, but back there was quite a few. Unless birds have brought them on, I don't know. I just want to have a look at the this bloody kite, because yesterday we came back from well, I took grandbeds, of course we did. Came back and he was having he was having a bit of an hard time. In fact, he's shredding himself. Look at his wings. I mean, he's still intact, but look at his wings. I mean, not before long he's just going to fall to bits. Bloody useless Chinese rubbish. I mean, he's only been there a fortnight. He's about worn his wings out. Yeah, that's all.